Disclaimer: this video is just a work of fiction. It has nothing to do with Didra's real life, so don't take it seriously. This video has voiceover, so if you want, you can mute it. Ryan woke up with sunlight hitting on her face. She opened her eyes a little and looked at her husband's sleeping figure. He was looking like a small baby, away from all the tension of the world. She kept her hand on his face. She saw him a little wiggling into his sleep. She took her hand back and snuggled more into him. JK opened his eyes and looked at his dear wife and wrapped her into his arms. You are suffocating me, John. You're just tied into this, Mrs. John. Yeah, don't tease me this early in the morning. And you who was looking at me like I'm your breakfast. So what, Mr. John? I was looking at my husband. Why you are getting? She said while wiggling. Her eyebrows. Oh, you were looking at your husband? He said while climbing up on her. Then who I am? You are, I don't know. JK tickled her a little bit. You don't know I am your husband, ma'am. Yeah, JK, leave me. It's ticklish. I have left. Now get up and get ready. We both will leave for the office. Okay, boss. They both got ready and left for the office. On the way, he looked at her with a side eye. Today you are looking very happy. Did something happen? Why? No, nothing happened. And about being happy? We don't need a reason to be happy, and I'm so lucky to have you as a sole part of me. JK. Good, my love. JK, the back of her hand. She smiled at him, getting him as her husband. She got down before they both reached at the office, cause no one knows they both are married in the office. JK was ahead of her. She was behind him, and he entered in his cabin and settled himself on the chair. You are looking a lot handsome today, Mr. Gion, she said while bending towards his level. Focus on your work, Mrs. John. Don't get distracted by me. She was holding JK with his tie, and a girl burst into their room. He stood up, and Van and JK adjusted themselves. Area, hello, Mr. Jian. She stopped when she saw both of them. So, yes, Mr. Area, you here? Mr. John, Dad sent me here. He wants to have some important talk with you. Thank you for informing me. Miss Area, I will be there with Mr. Cha soon. And please don't bring here the secretary. She raised her eyebrow at her. Jungkook, this is not the way you have to talk to others, especially in my office, Miss Area. he said with the firm tone. Apologize. Why would I apologize? You should thank me that you are Mr. Cha's daughter. That's why I'm just saying you to apologize. Or you don't know what would I have done. Arya did not want to move the argument further, so she apologized. Sorry, Miss Wine, she said in an uninterested tone. Wine, it's okay. Wine looked at her weirdly. And then she went out. Arya, cause of her, my reputation got bad in front of JK. I will make her pay. Jungkook, I'm sorry for her this kind of behavior. She kept her palm on his wine. You don't have to apologize for her, my hubby. I'm also a businesswoman. I know such type of people, she said while hugging his waist. Jungkook, yes, now we have to go to the meeting. That Mr. Cha, you will come along with me. You think I will let you go alone? Jungkook, we will go there at night, okay love? Yes, for now you have a meeting with Mr. Jung. Jungkook, come let's go. They both went towards meeting. During whole meeting, Wine could sense discomfort with a gaze of other person. Jungkook noticed it and brought Wine chair closer to him as soon as meeting ended. Mr. Jung, so should I consider this partnership as final? I reject, he said straightforwardly. Mr. Jung, but why Mr. Jeon? Jungkook, I don't like to do business with such type of people who sue at the wife of another person. JK gripped Wine waist with his one hand. Mr. Jung, she is a wife. Jungkook, any doubt? Mr. Jung, I'm sorry for my actions. But please don't do cancel this partnership. I will be at loss. Jungkook, you should have thought this before doing it. Jungkook left with Wine and dialed phone. Catch him and further you know what you have to do. Jungkook, no other person can gaze at my woman. Wine, why you were talking to Jungkook? No one, sweetheart. He passed her smile. Time skip at Mr. Cha place. Jungkook, he called me for some important work. Yes, Mr. Cha, he said while sipping on his drink. Mr. John, I want you to marry my daughter so we could strengthen our bond. He stopped sipping on his and looked towards his. Jungkook, sweetheart. Wyan turned her face towards him and placed his on her. How can you, someone else, fiance? How can you marry someone else, man? What, you are married? Aren't you his secretary? Is it written somewhere that a secretary can't be wife? Jungkook was enjoying his wife being all savage. Avia, she was about to. Her hand behind her back. Wyan, don't. Mr. Cha, what is happening here? Why, Jungkook, nothing, Mr. Cha. My wife is being all savage now. Wyan took her hand with him. Don't ever come near him. I don't share what's mine.